Is your life a worthy life? Hey friends, it's Pastor Mike from Fellowship Church. Again, always love to connect with you midweek. Hope you know that we love you and we pray for you. That question for you again, is your life a worthy life? Friends, if you know something about the New Testament of the Bible, you know that much of the New Testament, once you get past the stories of Jesus, the Gospels, they're letters written by various leaders to different churches. And today we look at those letters and say, wow, those were written to us as well, God speaking through them. There's a letter called Colossians. It was written by a man named Paul. Paul wrote it to some people in a city called Colossae, meaning they were called Colossians. And in the first chapter of that letter, Paul, like he often does, he's giving them some kind of basic instructions for living. And in the middle of that first chapter, chapter 1, verse 10, I believe, it says, live a life worthy of the Lord. And then Paul goes on to say, make sure that you're using your gifts well, make sure that you're living this certain way, continue to grow in your faith, those kind of things. The same things he said in other places. But what he said that really caught my attention was, live a life worthy of the Lord. You know, sometimes as followers of Jesus, we can get kind of caught in the weeds. We get caught up in some of the smaller teachings, like here's the list of do's and here's the list of don'ts. If you're going to be a Christian, do these things. Because if you do these things, that doesn't follow the Christian life. So here's your list of do's and here's your list of don'ts. I love to think kind of bigger picture. And rather than get caught up in the do's and don'ts, which honestly just becomes exhausting over time, I like to think of some of those big picture sayings, like when Paul says, hey, you really want to know what the Christian faith is all about? You just live your life worthy of Jesus. Live your life in such a way that Jesus would say, that's worthy of what I've done for you, or that's worthy of who I am. Because friends, we're all going to live a life worthy of something. You set goals, you set priorities, you set a focus and say, I'm living my life worthy of this. Even if you don't use that language, you're living a life worthy of something. It's your primary life focus. And so Paul says, the focus of the Christian faith, that's not just a bunch of do's and don'ts. It's not focusing on behavioral modifications of some kind. No. It's making sure that you're living your life for the bigger picture, which is, I'm living my life in a way that it's worthy of the Lord. I wonder if that describes your life today. See, friends, it all goes down to motive. Why do you do the things that you do? Or why do you not do the things that you don't do? It's not just because we're trying to check the boxes and make sure that God is somehow pleased with our life and God's got a clipboard up there keeping an eye on us. Oh, I'm glad you did that one. I'm glad you didn't do that one. No. When you're trying to live your life worthy of the Lord, you're really just setting Jesus in front of you on a daily basis. Jesus Christ right there. The things that he did, the things that he did for us, the sacrifices he made, the life he lived, the way that he now reigns in heaven, we set Jesus right in front of us and say, I want to live my life worthy of you, worthy of those sacrifices, worthy of your position, worthy of your identity. I want to live my life worthy of you so that at the end of our life, we can hear the words of Jesus Christ, well done, good and faithful servant. So here's that question for you again. Are you living a worthy kind of life? And if so, is your life worthy of the Lord? Or maybe are you focused on some other kinds of things and saying, I'm living my life worthy of this thing or that thing? Friends, when you and I set Jesus Christ in front of us, in effect what we're saying every day is, I want to live my life in a way that's worthy of you. My hope and my prayer is that you're living a life worthy of the Lord. All that Jesus was, all that he is, all that he did, worthy of him, so that on a daily basis, we just keep him in the forefront of our life to say, it's all for you. May your life be a life worthy of the Lord today. Friends, I hope that speaks to you. It certainly speaks to me. At least it gives me the big picture idea. I like big pictures. I hope that makes sense to you today. Hope you know that we love you and we pray for you. Hope you're having a great week. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.